It's Monday morning. It is the 14th of October, and I've got a bunch of orders all picked and ready to go. So I'm going to dive straight in and show you what we've got going out today. So first up, this is on Brickowl, is an order for some train wheels, which I listed just last week. Actually came across these are brand new, 4 of them in a sealed pack, and someone's bought all 4 along with a few other bits and pieces there. We've got the Egyptian embossed sarcophagus going out. Remember, I bought this a few weeks ago. That's going out with a skeleton excuse me, and a little parts order there for some black logs and a few other bits and pieces. This one was a bit more unusual, all sorts of bits and pieces in here. Some of it was quite obviously related to the Ninjago docks that I parted out a while ago, but there are other sort of odd pieces. There's this old sort of I can't remember what the theme was, this old western part, and then there's some of those planet spheres from the Star Wars range. So a nice little order. We've got an order going out here, lots of yellow, as you can see, all mostly basic bricks and plates. Then we've got a minifig going out also from from Ninjago City itself, and again, those were figures that I found in the container last week. Another little parts order there, and then there's just some real small ones here. There's this black hose going out. We've got a little tile going out there, although that's sold for £2.20. On eBay, we've got a battle droid, and then back to Bricklink, and we've got Lord of the Rings torso and a set of legs. This is going off to Switzerland. It's just a few little round green plates. And then over here, follower of the channel, Steve, has placed an order knowing that I'm coming towards the end and wanted to get a last order in, and really appreciate that one from Steve, who if you remember, has been the guy who's sent me various lots of Lego to contribute to the store. This one is a local pickup, and funnily enough, this is from a local guy, and he's the guy who sometimes gives me little packs of parts to sell, and that's where this came from. He supplied this amongst other things, and he's actually placed a little order for collection for himself. And then this is an order from Robert in the States. It's an order for lots of different coloured studs, and really appreciate his order. And again, I wanted to support the channel and get an order in, a last order possibly, before we wind things down on the store. We've got another eBay item going out, a little Minecraft poly bag. We've got a whole bunch of these bricks going out. Those are the inverted slopes. Small order here going unusually to Colombia, which is just for these 2 parts here. And then last order for this morning is this order, which is mostly used, I think, but just an order of all sorts of bits and pieces, including this 32 long axle. So time to get this lot packed up, get it off to the post office, and then we'll crack on with the rest of our day. Hi everyone, I'm not really sure how to start this video, if I'm honest. You will have seen from the video title, whatever that is. I'm not 100% sure what the video title will be just yet, but it'll be an indication that there's some pretty significant news that I need to tell you all about. Now, you'll know that I've been, making moves to sell the store.
That's been underway for probably a month or more in real earnest. And certainly since I got back from holiday, I've stepped up, you know, in terms of getting things ready. And I think the video that I released to tell people that I was going to be selling up really has sped up the timeline of everything happening. You know, in that video, I talked about being 62 in February. I talked about potentially looking to retire at that point, and then see what things, you know, where things lead me from there. But things have progressed really, really quickly with me. Telling you all recently that I've been getting closer and closer to listing the store, and had you know, intentions of getting the store listed, you know, in the next week or so probably. And over the time that I've been talking about all of this, I've had numerous people reaching out to me and asking for a BSX file, asking what the value will be, you know, asking various aspects. And at those points in time, I just wasn't in a position to share any real information. I didn't have my inventory updated. I didn't have a list of organization, equipment, things that I would be letting go as part of the store. But last week I put quite a bit of time into creating a kind of a stock list of those organizers, of the equipment, and trying to get in my own mind a value and a price for the store. At the same time, I was adding inventory to the store, and trying to increase the value to make things, you know, as kind of you know, beneficial and as attractive to a buyer as possible. Now, as I said, things have really sped up since then, and the news that I need to tell you is going to be possibly a shock to some of you. It's going to be frustrating to some of you. It's going to be surprising, probably, but effectively, I've sold the store. It happened incredibly quickly, as I say. On Sunday, I released the weekly vlog, which obviously highlighted the fact that I was very close to selling. And on the back of that, a friend of mine reached out to me. He's another seller, someone I've known for several years, someone who's been here in the past, seen my setup, seen what equipment I've got, how I run the business. We talk regularly, and he expressed an interest in the store, which was something that I'd never thought of before, because currently he's a part-time seller, and I know his setup, and believe that, you know, he didn't have room to take the store on. But he expressed an interest, and as a friend, I shared my BSX file that I'd been working on last week, and I also shared the equipment list. So it was just timing was just right for me to share that information. And surprisingly, he came back, you know, relatively quickly, and made me an offer. And frankly, it made me an offer that I couldn't refuse, in that it was right around what I wanted. It was had lots of positives to you know, agree in a sale with them. First of all, I know them. You know them well, so I knew that the transaction would be very smooth. The exchange would be very smooth. We'd be able to discuss it in detail, and it just seemed an irresistible offer and a no-brainer to accept the offer. Now, in doing so, I've got to say that I felt incredibly bad and incredibly guilty, because I know that a number of people have already expressed an interest. And I think the reality is that, um, had I listed it on Brickseller Hub, which was always my intention to do so, had I listed it on there, I think there'd have been a lot of offers, to be honest, which would have complicated things in terms of, timing, weighing up various offers, getting into lots of discussions with lots of different people, etc. And this is just a very smooth way for me to do it. But it is also disappointing for me not to put it on Brickseller Hub, in that obviously I would have liked to have been promoting the service more. There would have been some benefits, I think, to having the store listed on there. Now, of course, in terms of income, it didn't make any difference, because ultimately, as an owner of Brickseller Hub, I was never going to be paying any fees or anything like that for the sale. And in some ways, not listing it on there makes things easier from a process perspective. I would have had to find, we would have had to fiddle the kind of invoice process and things like that, so that an invoice wasn't going out to me and needing to be paid, etc. But that's all, probably too much detail. But ultimately, for those who were interested in the store, I can only apologize for it not going on to Brickseller Hub. Having said that, I'm not sure it would have changed anything, because had I known that my friend Steve was interested in the store, I would have happily, taken an offer from him if it were made through Brickseller Hub or not. And I probably need to explain a little bit more why that is. It's not just because I know him. We've met face to face. We've had many one-on-one conversations. We've had meetings in group settings, etc. But he's also started a YouTube channel recently, and his YouTube channel has been very well received, been mentioned by a number of other YouTubers such as myself. And one of the big attractions for me is, if you think back to my videos and how I bought the store that I bought, probably close to 2 years ago now, I can't really remember how long. But that was really interesting for everybody to watch. It was interesting for me. It gave me a big lift in terms of doing the videos, etc. And it just made me think that being able to kind of pass the baton on to another YouTuber who can effectively do the same thing with my store was a real incentive, to be quite honest. And it also means that I have some connectivity, shall we say, to the store going forward. I'll be able to watch Steve, see how he integrates the store, see how he, runs into any problems, and he might end up calling me over a couple of things. You never know. But it'll be really interesting to watch his journey with the store. So if you haven't checked Steve out, Steve goes under the name of Super Bricks, and I'll probably put a link below to his YouTube channel. So if you don't follow him, if you've not checked him out, then I'd suggest you do check him out, and you can continue to follow along effectively with the store's journey from everything I've put into it to Steve taking ownership of it and moving forward with it. So as I said, things have moved incredibly rapidly. We've been able to, exchange information and agree a deal in record time, which actually meant that my orders that went out today are the last orders that I'll do as a Bricklink seller. My stores are now closed. Bricklink's closed, Brickal's closed, my eBay inventory's all been removed. And I'm absolutely stunned at how quickly it's happened, and to the point that we've been able to have lots of discussions today about the logistics of this and being able to put things in place for the sale to take place this week. And so on Thursday of this week, Steve will be coming to collect the store. Now, we believe it's going to take several days, well, 2 days, or 2 journeys probably, to collect the store between here and the container. We'll try and get some footage, which we can both probably share on our associated channels, etc. So we'll bring you along with as much of that journey as we can. But I'm just, amazed again at how quickly this has happened. I'm so grateful, if I'm honest, for a quick and easy and painless transaction. By the end of the week, everything will be gone out of this room, and that's a crazy thought, to think. It's really sobering in that I've thought about selling for quite a while now, but as the realities come closer and closer and closer, it's quite a shock, for things to happen so quickly. But Steve's very happy. I'm very happy with the deal. I know that I'm handing the store over to a great guy and someone who's really gonna push forward with this and merging it with his own store, his own inventory. And it's going to take him some time, and I'll let Steve tell you all about his plans and how he's going to be setting things up. But I'll wish him all the best of luck with his journey. Now, for me, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to disappear entirely, because obviously I won't have weekly vlogs to do, but there will be some Brickseller hub content, and that will probably take place on the Brick Arena channel here. So if you're interested in Brickseller hub, then do stay tuned. Now, I might as well say at this point, thanks for watching. There's more to come in the video, so don't necessarily switch off now. But I just want to say thanks to everyone who's followed along with me along the journey. To all the subscribers, thanks for being there. Now, as you know, I'm going to be going into retirement. I'm going to have zero income going forward. I need to see how long I can last on the funds that I've got, and then look towards potentially drawing pensions, etc. If you are interested in supporting me at all, you can always buy me a coffee at the link below on the Ko-fi page. And that would be a big help if you've taken any value from the videos that I've shared and the tips along the way. Then that would be really appreciated. But certainly not necessary, if you don't feel able to. So I'll move on. I'm going to be filming some of the dismantling of the room and share some of that with you guys. So stay tuned for that.
It's Wednesday morning, and as you can see, I've already started dismantling the cabinets off the walls. I was able to order in some pallet wrap, and was able to use that much stronger than regular cling film. So it's going to hold things in place. It doesn't tear easily, and you know, should just be generally much stronger. Now, most of the cabinets that I've got have come off quite easily. They just held in on these screws, so the walls are battened, and then these screws are in place to allow the cabinets to just drop onto and hang there. But there are a couple. I've got one here that I literally can't lift it off because the screws are too tight. So you can see the screws in there, and I just need to get my screwdriver in, which I think I've just done, and should then be able to lift that off easily. So it is a bit time consuming doing all of the wrapping. That took me probably an hour to do those cabinets, and there's a lot more cabinets to do, as we can see. So that's going to take a bit of time. Now, I did also manage to sort of tidy up all of the pots and things. I've got one tub left that I need to bag up, and then it's just a case of trying to stack things ready for collection with the limited space that I've got. But I'm going to crack on for now and crack on getting these units down. I'm going to struggle for boxes as well for some of the things, you know, like these. I'm not quite sure what to put them in. It may be that I end up just stacking some of these back to back and maybe putting them in shrink wrap as well or something. So we're going to have to figure that out as we go. It's Thursday morning, and I guess this is an angle you don't normally see of the room, but this is the entrance, and you can see that I've now taken down all of the cabinets that were in the alcove here. We've got some things stacked up, ready to go. We've got the battens off the walls, and Steve's going to even take the battens so that, you know, he'll have something to put the racking up with without spending a fortune on new wood. We've got these all ready to go. These will be the first things onto the van. We're going to go to the container first, fill up with bulk, but then when we get back to the house, these will be the first things to get loaded. And then we've got all of the Rayco units here, and this was the biggest job, was wrapping all of these in cling film. I think there's 65 of these ready to go, and then we've got lots more tubs and things of bulk. Now, this isn't all of it, because obviously we've got drawers under here. There's things all over the floor and racking here. There's more drawers at the back, so there's plenty more to go, but it's going to be 2 loads, we think. So there's enough at this end of the room to get us you know, going, filling up the van, etc., and easy things to grab. So I'm just about to get set up. We're going to be going out of the back door and round the side of the house, and then I'm going to put a rug across the floor here to kind of save the floor a little bit. So as you can see, the room's already looking very different. I've got a lot of work to be doing, filling holes and making everything good in here, redecorating, etc. I need to decide on a colour scheme, of course. There's more battens to get off the walls on that side once I can get to them. Yeah, good progress. It's amazing how much has happened in the last couple of days. It's just crazy to think that, you know, a few days ago I had no idea of this going, and then to agree to sale and get moving as quickly as we have, and it's just absolutely mental, to be quite honest with you. So anyway, I'm gonna crack on, get busy, lots of work to do, and we'll check back a little later. Well, this is the last day at the container, believe it or not. I've already handed my notice in on it, and we just need to get this empty. Steve's due here in the next 15 minutes or so. I've already been here for a little while, and I've loaded the car up with various non-Lego stuff that I had stored in there, and the remainder of it, which isn't very much really. It's that sort of few boxes and things, a couple of bits of equipment here need to go back to the house, and we're going to shove that on at the end. So we'll get all of the bulk on first at the back of the van, and then we'll chuck my few bits on, then get back to the house and start removing the drawers and things from there. So it's a bit of a sad end of the road, I suppose, you know, saying goodbye to the container, etc. But I'm so looking forward to getting rid of everything, getting the room empty back at home, and being able to crack on and get things organised there. So the container is now empty, and Steve's just backing up, ready for the second part of the trip, heading back home, and we need to offload a bit of my stuff that's in the back of the van, and then we get a whole lot more added into the van. So the first van load's done. As you can see, it's filled pretty much to the brim. Got all of the drawers and Rayco units there on the top, nicely stacked. And then we've got here, if I open it, lots more stuff in there. And then there's another good half a van load tomorrow as well to get. There's the man, the new happy owner. And he'll be back tomorrow for the next van load. So we'll keep you posted, and we'll show you the empty room, or near empty room, when the rest's gone. It's Friday morning, and Steve's here with the van now. We've just emptied the room. This is kind of what it's looking like now. All of these boxes here are actually mine to stay here, and all CDs and things. Yeah, this racking is probably going to go. We need to change everything in here, but it's just been a case of getting all of the Lego out, and yeah, getting Steve on his way. So I'll go and just give you a quick look at the van, and that'll be Steve on his way, and then that's me done pretty much. I'll keep recording videos probably for the next week or two while I get the room sorted, possibly. We'll see how we're fixed. But this is the second van load. There's Steve up there just reorganising so that he doesn't have too much stuff toppling around on the journey back. He's got another 2-hour journey to get back, I think, and then he's got the pleasure of unloading it. So yeah. How much room did you have in your container, Steve, for this?
Actually, yeah, I think we'll be all right, and I think we might even have a gap in the middle.
Ah, nice. So you got a bit of a walkway.
Organised stuff. So
good stuff.
Should be all right. You can have a look at my vlog later.
Yeah, I will. I'll be watching with interest now. So anyway, yeah, that's the second lot gone. The room's empty, sounding very echoey, and I can plod on now and start planning for the next phase.